Thank you for tuning in to the Adverse Weather Testing Facility channel, sponsored by AMD Direct. In today's video, we are covering control module replacement of an AWS valve. We are assuming you have already removed the AWS valve from the fire feature. You have placed it on a clean work surface, and you have the necessary tools readily available. Start by securing the valve as to not damage the valve box. I am using a wooden screw clamp for this demonstration. Remove the outlet from the valve. Place the valve's lid against your work surface. Select the side that has the most clearance between the valve box and lid away from the gas and electrical connections. Use an appropriately sized rigid putty knife to pry the lid off of the valve box. Now that we have the valve's internals exposed, you can gain access to the control module. You can see here hardware in the valve that will interfere during removal. I'm going to start by using a utility knife to cut away the two-sided tape that's holding the control module inside of the valve box. Eventually, I switch back over to my trusty putty knife. After a little bit of effort, Bob's your uncle, and the control module has been liberated from the valve box. Note the wire harness and connector that are secured to the control module. The connector has a small plastic lock that secures the connector to the module. The lock must be released in order to remove it from the module. Note, the model on the control module we removed and the control module we are installing have the same model number. Reinstall the connector and verify the lock secures. Reinsert the control module into the valve box in its original position. Applying two-sided tape is recommended, but not necessary for reinstallation. Remove the old silicone sealant from the valve box lid. Make sure the surfaces are cleaned before reassembly. Remove the gasket from the valve outlet. Using a wire brush, remove the thread sealant or Teflon tape from the valve outlet. Apply sealant and Teflon tape to the valve outlet. Note the direction of application of the Teflon tape. Reinstall the gasket to the valve outlet. Clean the threads of the valve body. Once the thread sealant and Teflon tape has been removed from the valve body, be sure none of the debris has fallen down inside of the valve. Using the appropriate silicone sealant, reapply silicone to the inside of the valve lid to regain weather resistance. Reinstall the valve cover onto the valve box. Install the valve outlet and then secure. reinstall the valve to the fire feature, perform a leak test, and check operation. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and keep checking in for fresh content.